Hi everybody, welcome back to the SeeSaw, and today I've got something a bit different for you. I've got a Shein haul. So Shein is a company that I've seen lots of other YouTubers do hauls and unboxings and videos for. Never bought anything from them before. I'm always a little bit nervous about non-UK based clothing manufacturers. I do find typically that the clothing from those sorts of companies often comes up quite small and the sizing's a bit off from what we have here in the UK. But I've seen so many people do hauls and it's really good pricing, and the items on the website always look really nice. So I thought they had a special offer after Christmas with a money off, forget what it was, I think it was 15% off. So I decided to place a smallish order and just see what I thought. I thought I could easily send it back. I'm not a clothes shopper. I hate shopping for clothes. So I hate strolling around the shops looking for things to buy when I want to buy something new. I sort of have a bit of a mixed wardrobe because for work I dress quite professionally. So I have some standard basic colours of trousers, skirts, some dresses that I typically wear for work. And then I try to yearly kind of change up the tops that I have so that I have something a bit different and make it different. So I have plain black, grey, navy, brown, those sorts of colours in skirts, trousers, and then some basic kind of shift dresses. And then at home, I'm so casual. I like loungewear, I like jeans and a nice big chunky jumper, and those are the sorts of things that I like to wear when I'm not at work. So I have quite a mix of the two in my wardrobe. But for my order, I decided to buy a mix of the two as well. But what I thought I would do is put each item on and show you what I got. Now, I am UK sizes between a 14 and a 16 at the moment. Post Christmas, I'm definitely on the 16 side of that, but usually I settle somewhere between, depending on the brand. And I'm not a size label snob, so quite funnily, I bought my mum some clothes for Christmas, and she called me and said that she really liked them, but did I still have the receipt, which obviously I did. And she said, because they're too big. I'm like, okay, have you tried them on? She said, no, but I'm not that size. So it's like in her brain, because that was the size label in the clothes, she wasn't even going to try them on. She said, because if I try them on, I might mess things up and then you won't be able to take them back. I said, just try them on. A few days later, she called me back and said, actually, they fit fine. I've just got to put one little tuck in a shoulder, but I really like them and therefore I'm keeping them. It never bothers me. If I need to buy a size 14, I do. If I need to buy a size 18, I do. And that does vary greatly depending on the brand. And so that really doesn't bother me at all what size I order. But because this was international, which I do tend to find sizes are quite small compared to UK sizing, I went with the extra large on everything that I ordered. And I'm really glad I did, because I could have got away with the large on many of the items. But actually they're nice and roomy, and they feel nice and roomy, and they're nice and comfortable. So I'm going to show you what I got. I got 3 items, 3 tops to wear for work, and I got 3 that are more casual. And though I don't usually do clothing views, and I'm not quite sure on the settings on my video on my phone to get a good look at the whole item. Luckily, I haven't bought any trousers or dresses or skirts, so they're all tops. So I think I can do it okay, but apologies, I will work on this and figure out a better way to get you a better look when I'm doing a try on. But this is the first item I bought. So this is a spotty, if I just step back a bit, you can see a spotty shirt. It stops right about here. Definitely a good one for work for me. It's got the fitted elastic on the sleeves there. So actually you can wear them long in the winter like I've worn it today, or you can just scoot them up and have the elastic around kind of your elbow, and then it makes a bit of a, again if I step back, a bit like a bell type sleeve, a bit of a puffy sleeve that's about 3/4 length. So I thought for spring and into summer that would be good. At the front here it's got a little placket where it looks like it's perhaps a little open, but it's not. It's all completely sealed in. There's no opening there at all. It's a nice sort of chocolatey brown colour with white spots, and I just really like this. It's a really lovely fit. It's quite loose. I definitely could have had the large on this one instead of the extra large, but actually for a day in the office it's really comfortable. It's not big here, so it's not slipping off my shoulders or anything. and I really like this. Spots, I do like prints, but I don't do a lot of print. And as I said, my trousers, skirts and dresses are all very plain. They're just plain, mostly plain basic colours. I do have a pair of kind of check print trousers, and I have a couple of dresses with some colour blocking on them, but they are all quite plain. So I tend to use my tops to kind of dress it up a bit. So I'm going to go and change to the next one, and I'll be back. So this is the next one, and it is again in a brown shade. This is a fully button down shirt though, in more of a classic shirt style. It is brown with this lovely animal print. It's kind of like a cheetah spot. It's not really leopard, it's more kind of cheetah spot on it, all in black. Has a proper collar, so you could wear it underneath a blazer or a jacket, or a collarless. I've got some collarless kind of cardigans that I sometimes wear for work. If I want something a bit more layered on but don't want a full jacket on, I might put that under. So it fits quite well with that because it's got quite a nice collar. The buttons lay nice and flat. It's a little bit longer line than the previous one. So the last one came up sort of on the top of my trousers, just a little bit below that, more boxy. This one is a longer line. It has a slightly rounded back there, as you can see, and you could definitely tuck this in if you wanted to into trousers or a skirt. But I thought this would be a nice one for work, and I definitely will wear it for work. But I also think with a pair of jeans and some boots, or leggings and boots, this would make a nice casual one, you know, for going out for a kind of casual evening meal out or something like that, when we can do that again. So this one I think is quite versatile in how I could use it. You could also put a little like cami underneath it, a camisole, and just have it open, kind of like an overshirt. But yeah, I think I will get a lot of wear out of this. It's quite a thin material, and it's almost kind of that silky feel to it. It's yeah, I'm not sure what material this is. I'm guessing it's polyester and something, but it's that kind of silky feel. It's very soft and quite thin, but not see-through thin. It's definitely, you can wear it without having another layer underneath it and still feel like you're covered. So yeah, I really like this one. This one is another win from the Shein haul. So off to change again. I feel like Mr. Ben. If anybody remembers Mr. Ben, or maybe you're not old enough. If you're as old as me, you might remember Mr. Ben. He used to disappear into the changing room in a shop and come out dressed as something different every episode. It was a little cartoon that came on when I was very small. So very, very long time ago. Quite random, but that's what I feel a bit like at the moment. Mr. Ben, every time I pop back up, I've got a different outfit on. So as I said, I will be working on how we achieve this in a slightly better way than it's working today. But I just wanted to give you a feel for what I bought, in case you've thought about Shein and thought about placing an order but not really sure. I think it sometimes helps to see other people and see them on real people rather than just the models on the website. So this was number 2, off to get number 3 on. Okay, so number 3 is something very different, and again an animal print, but this time it's actual zebras on there, white with the black and white zebras. I really like this. Again, a proper traditional shirt style. It buttons all the way up to the collar, has a nice little collar on it. Again, would be ideal for under a blazer or a cardigan for work. It's got button down sleeves again, nice and long again, and a nice kind of cuff feature on there, which I think sometimes when you buy cheaper kind of work style clothes, you don't get those little details, and I actually think that's a really nice finish, having the actual cuff finish on there rather than just ending in a button, which I do see that sometimes. Now this one, because of the finish on the bottom, is very shirt like, so very much the sort of shirt like you would get if you were buying almost like a men's style shirt. Now it is flat across the bottom, but it's definitely not something that I would wear loose over a pair of jeans or something. I can see here, if I step back, I have tucked it in to the top of my trousers, and that is definitely how I would wear this one. It just didn't, sometimes when you get the buttons at the bottom, it's the way they line up and then the finish. I think if they have a nice rounded bit or the slits in the side, it feels nice to have it over something, but this didn't. It just felt like it needed to be tucked in. So this is definitely one I would wear with trousers or with a skirt where I could tuck it in. Also, it is a very thin material compared to the other one. Now I do have a white bra under there, so you can't really see it in this light, but it's probably enough for me where I would feel more comfortable if I had a camisole underneath. and I would probably wear either a black or a white one, because you could go either way with it, depending perhaps on what I had on the bottom. But again, really like this for a work shirt. I think it's again, it's quite soft. It's a soft feeling fabric. Very, very happy with this, and I think that will get a few smiles around the office, and which we could all use at the moment, if I wear this one. So really happy with those three ideal tops for me to wear to incorporate into my work wardrobe. Now let me show you the things I got that are more casual. Okay, so up first is this nice blue sweatshirt. It is long sleeved. It is that waffle weave, which is a bit the sort of weave that you get on thermal clothing, although this is not thermal, it is quite thin. So this would be ideal for spring, even on a chilly summer evening, if you were going perhaps to sit and have drinks by the river, or you're going for a walk along the beach or something like that, where it might just get a bit chilly. This would be ideal for that, because it's not heavy and bulky, but it is long sleeved and it's covered. And so it comes down reasonably long. You can't see it on there, so it is long. It's just below the bottom on there, and then the arms just have this lovely kind of patterny, quite random layer of pattern. So you've got at the top there more of a snakeskin type of pattern, and then you've got this kind of swooshes of colour with the orange, and then you've got more kind of geometric style pattern on the bottom bit, and then this strangely just comes up. It doesn't go all the way up, but in that, up to that first layer there, you've still got the waffle weave underneath. So it's almost like having something on over the top of, or you know, I sometimes wear I've got some of these type, not the waffle weave, but just the plain cotton, like long sleeve t-shirts, that I sometimes wear in the winter with some of my favourite t-shirts over the top, and that's what this feels like. It doesn't feel double layered, it doesn't feel bulky, but it is a really kind of interesting pattern, and this is an orange. It's looking a little red on camera, I think, but it is definitely an orange, and the orange and the blues and the browns all go really nicely together, and it just adds a bit of variety from just wearing a plain t-shirt, or sometimes if I wear a long sleeve tee, I'll put a scarf around my neck or something. And this just gives you that little pop of something different without having to add anything else to the wardrobe. So again, I really like this one. I think I'll get a lot of wear out of it. Okay, so item number 5 is again a sweatshirt with a bit of a pop, and I just loved this. It's a plain black sweatshirt, and it's got a band around the bottom, this one, whereas the other one didn't. So it's got a band around the bottom to give you a proper sweatshirt fit there. But then the arms with a kind of drop sleeve have this lovely pattern of kind of flower garden pattern, a bit like Granny's curtains kind of pattern, but I really like it. Again, it just gives you a pop of something different than wearing just a plain black sweatshirt. It's got a nice collar, it's quite loose, it's not tight around the neck at all. The material on this one is a bit different to the last one. It's not even sweatshirt, it's not t-shirt material. It's a softer, I don't know if I can get close enough for you to see that weave in there. You can see it's kind of that almost fuzzy, but not. I don't really know how to describe that. It's not the waffle weave of the previous one, but it is a slightly textured material for the actual black body part. But then the sleeves I just really love. Again, nice and long. They've again got the little ribbed band around the cuff, which means they fit well. Again, I can put my arm out and I don't get a lot of ride up on those, so perfect. No tightness around this one at all. Lots of room for movement, so when you're out and about, you're shopping, and when you're out at sports and things like that, I can move around without any issues. Really like this. I wasn't sure about this one when I saw it, because I wasn't sure what these sleeves were going to be like, if they were going to be too thin, but then they're the same material as the sweatshirt itself, or very, very similar. It's quite thick, in that it's not thick. I mean, by thick I mean it's not sheer, so it's thicker in the same style as the sweatshirt. So not a big heavy t-shirty fleeced fabric sweatshirt, but something for those spring days, autumn days, sometimes summer days when you just want a little extra layer, but you don't want to bulk up with coats and jumpers and things. So that is item number 5. So on to the last item. Okay, so this is the final item, and it's a hoodie, so it has a little hood on it. There you go. It's a cardigan style, so it's a knit, a weaved knit, quite not heavy, but heavier than some of the other things I've had, but not heavy. Again, a nice long length. But the thing I like about this, it doesn't have any buttons or anything, so it's just open. I've popped this back on underneath because obviously you definitely need something on underneath this, and I didn't want to get something clean out of the cupboard. So I've just popped the spotty top back on, but that's not what I would wear this with. But this is more of a rusty brown colour. It's slightly different. This is the chocolatey brown. This is definitely more of a rusty brown. But it has these two ties, which you could tie if you wanted to at the waist and have it sort of tied together. But that's probably not how I would wear it, because then you feel a bit kind of pulled in. But it does have the kind of parka style in that those ties pull this in from the back, if you can see what I mean. So it pulls it with a little gather around. So it depends how tight you want to pull those as to how much gather you get there. And you can have them quite loose, or you can have them really pulled in, depending on how you want to wear it. I can think of a number of different ways I would wear this, obviously with jeans and some little trainers and a t-shirt underneath. But also as we get into spring and summer, even with shorts or capris, in the summertime with a vest top, just carry this with me for if it gets cooler in the evening. It's nice, and it would be nice if you've been again by the sea or something like that and you want to just put something on because it's starting to get a bit chilly. This would be ideal. You see, if I step back here, it is longer line, so it is down well quite a lot lower than the other things that I bought. It's a longer line, it's a cardigan, and it has these lovely big pockets in it too, which I think are lovely. I love a cozy cardigan that I can just throw on. I wear a cardigan a lot, even in the house. The boys are both always really warm and I'm always cold, so I tend to just layer up and put warm clothing on. So I have quite a lot of cardigans that I have that I just throw on. They're not, you know, not anything I would wear for work or anything, but they're nice casual cardigans, and this will definitely fit that bracket. But also this would fit as a little light jacket for, again, spring, summer into autumn. I think it would be ideal for that. I can just imagine wearing this going, you know, on a bright autumn day, going to the pumpkin patch or something like that. I think this would be ideal for that. So really, really happy with everything I got from Shein. I did add a couple of little home items. They do home items as well, just because I wanted to get my order up to a certain amount to be able to get the discount. So I got some chopsticks for the family, just to have some proper chopsticks of our own rather than just use the takeaway ones. And then I also got some rubber gloves that have a really long sleeve on them. So if you're doing cleaning and you don't want to get splashes, especially for using things like bleach, and you don't want it to splash on your sleeves or your skin, and they were good for that, and they had them with different patterns on. I just randomly got a pair of those. So those were the two things that I got that are not obviously clothing. But all in all, I paid £43, which I think for what appear to be quite good quality, and I think actually slightly better quality than something that I would get from like a Primark or somewhere like that, but obviously not as good quality as something that you would get from a higher end department store or clothing brand. So somewhere they sit in between. They're not UK based, so you do have to wait a little while for the shipping. But once I was notified that it was on its way, it didn't take very long to come after that. And as I say, I spent £43 on these 6 items. So 3 work tops and 3 casual tops. And I think I wouldn't have got that kind of value for those kind of clothes in most other places of shopping. So I've definitely a bit of a convert now to Shein. I've always had very mixed emotions when I've seen other people looking with Shein hauls as to whether I thought they looked something that would work for me, something that I would like to wear. But I thought I'd have a really good browse on the website while we were down home over Christmas and see what I could find. And some of these things were on kind of sale pricing, some were on full pricing, but as you can see, I think it was a 15% discount, and then I paid £43. So I think I did really well for under £50 to get all of this clothing. I would definitely recommend giving them a look if you've not tried them. Even just order a couple of things and see how they fit for you. When I first order something from a new company, I do always like to just try to see where my sizing fits and then whether I'm happy with the quality. So I wouldn't normally order this many things, but because they were running the special with the code for money off, I decided to go all out and spend the £43, knowing that I could send stuff back if it didn't fit. The other thing with Shein is everything comes in these little Shein bags, so everything's individually wrapped in these, and they have a little zip top on, so you can reuse these. They're not just the throwaway plastic, and they are plastic obviously, but they're not the sort of throwaway plastic that you get the things normally wrapped in when you get them on orders from online delivery. So these are definitely something that you could keep and use. I think if you were travelling or something, to keep little bits in, to put, you know, dirty underwear, dirty laundry when you're travelling, to keep it separate from everything else when you're packing your cases to come home, or even if you just had a few items that you don't wear very often and you just want to keep them packaged away in a drawer or something, to put them inside one of these just seems to add an extra layer of protection to it. So I think we will actually make use of these little bags rather than just throw them out into the rubbish. But all in all, very happy with that. I will be ordering from Shein again. I will leave a link down below to their website if you've never tried them or seen them. I will also leave a link to all of the items that I bought if they are still on the website, so that you can check them out for yourselves. But thank you for joining me for this clothing haul. As I say, I will get better at clothing hauls, because I will try to do them more often, to show you sort of things that I buy as a working mum, to kind of balance between working life and home life. I will try to figure out how to make, because my thought is, if I have the camera that way, you will be able to see the full body shot. But then when you try to put that onto YouTube, and with the editor that I've got, I can't then change it and get all the black bars down the side, which I don't like on YouTube. So there's got to be a way. I need to just do a bit of research and figure it out. But if anybody knows, then please leave a comment down below as to how I get a full body shot without it going like this with the black bars down the side. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm going to get these clothes all put away, and we look forward to seeing you back here on the SeeSaw soon.